from the Rio. We head right to an outer table. Former chip leader Joe McKeen in danger of a day 6 exit. He 3-bet with ace-queen. Josh Beckley with ace-king called him down.
This Beckley kid seems to be in the middle of everything. There was a fist fight in the bathroom earlier, and he was right there.
Beckley pairs his kicker as the board teases McKeon with a Broadway draw.
It seems like you can be chip leader forever, and then bang, you look up and you're out.
6 of clubs. Beckley's still good. McKeon down to his last gasp.
McKeon still looking to make his straight. He's got to have a 10 and a 10 only, or he is out of here.
And the river card is a 10! McKeon scores Broadway to stay alive. Beckley stung again by the river. Back at an outer table, folded to former Hasbro toy executive Pierre Neuville in the small blind.
Neuville with a couple of runner-up finishes in EPT main events and a runner-up finish here in a World Series event.
With a suited king 6, Neuville raises to 475. Sequeira with 2 red queens.
Boy, Neuville should get a speeding ticket there, and Sequeira certainly could make him pay for it right now.
Well, Pierre, with the blind-on-blind action, had to open up his range, but Sequeira wakes up with a real hand.
The 2 blinds, one with a big hand, and the other probably with an enlarged prostate.
Neuville has Mario out-chipped by over $3 million. And with the queens, a re-raise to $1.2 million. Back at you, Pierre.
Yeah, that 3-bet should slow Pierre down. Actually, it should shut him down.
Yeah, it should, but Pierre doesn't look like he's going anywhere fast. Sequeira sitting pretty with the pocket queens. And wow, a 4-bet to over $2.6 million from Neuville.
Well, we've seen this before. Neuville drives a lot faster than most 72-year-olds. He puts the pedal to the metal with that re-raise.
And now Sequeira has to wonder, did you wake up with a big hand in the small blind, Pierre? And there is just a call to close the action. But what action it was, over $5.5 million in the pot pre-flop. And here is the flop. And there's a king for Neuville, just like that. The queens are little more than drink coasters for Mario.
And this is the second time tonight we've seen Pierre look back at his cards after hitting one of them to make sure he has what he has. The other time was when he rivered 3 deuces against Josh Beckley.
And now Pierre continues firing. Almost $3 million there with that bet.
That's a healthy bet. More than half the pot.
Mario now.
$2,950,000.
He raises all in. That got Pierre's attention.
And look at this pot now. And will Pierre Neuville risk about half his remaining stack with top pair, bad kicker?
$6,765,000.
It started as blind-on-blind violence, and now Pierre Neuville with a huge decision. He does make the call, and what a call it is. Sequeira at risk.
And now we have the biggest pot of this main event, 19 million plus.
And now the turn card. Another 10 does not change when Mario needs to stay alive.
Yeah, only a river queen will save Mario Sequeira.
What a critical moment for both of these players. The river card. Yeah, is another 10. Neuville takes that monster pot. He's the tournament leader. Mario Sequeira shoved his chips in too late, and it cost him his main event life. Not an easy call for Pierre, but he was up to the task, and he reaps the benefits. A hasty exit for Mario. Blinds at 100, 200,000. Negreanu folded under the gun. Federico Butteroni with pocket jacks.
He was 20th at this year's World Series Monster Stack. He also won a daily Rio Deep Stack event just before the main event, feeling confident in his game of late.
Used to be a pretty good soccer player in the land of a lot of soccer talents. Let's see if the foreign hands can handle pocket jacks better. He raises. David Peters with 8-7 of spades. And he's going to come along.
I just want to go back to that last Justin Daniel hand. Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. No, the definition of insanity is knowing what your opponent has and still calling with an inferior hand.
Schwartz in the big blind with 9 deuce, and he's thinking about this.
I'm thinking that 9 deuce you double down on. You don't do whatever he's going to do.
Wow, he wants to fight back here. Attacking the resolve of Butteroni and Peters with a re-raise to over $1.5 million.
That's an odd squeeze to me. Justin figures Peters is probably dead money, but Butteroni has been pretty buttoned up. He raised from early position. Chances are Justin's up against a big hand here.
And he is. Butteroni is not going anywhere with the jacks. Peters folds what he probably plays in a cash game, 8-7 suited.
Well, the 9 deuce has problems.
The 9 deuce is out chipped by the pocket jacks as well. All right, let's see a flop. See what Justin does with this. A couple of 10s and a deuce. And if you're going to bluff,
1.2.
a paired board is a great opportunity. And there's the bet of $1.2 million. He keeps firing.
In for a dime, in for 1.2. Justin hopes the continuation bet does the trick.
Both of these players enjoying their first main event cash. Schwartz with nearly $700,000 in live earnings. Butteroni with just over $100,000.
You know, by the way, if Butteroni makes a decision before the federal budget is balanced, let me know. I'll take the over on that.
Federico with the call.
The 9 deuce has problems.
Turn card. Does it matter what the turn card is for Justin? It's 7 of diamonds. Justin. Got a little pushback on the flop. Now he checks. Is that weak or wily?
Now, I think Justin says enough is enough.
Federico checks back. River card. Ace of diamonds. 3rd diamond out there.
If I'm either player, I might think the other one has an ace. I don't know if Justin gave up on the pot on the turn. Of course, he can't win this unless he bluffs at it.
Justin looking at his chip stack. Experts will tell you that is usually a sign that something is coming.
2.8.
Wow, 2.8 million.
Justin showing a lot of heart or a lot of folly.
And now Butteroni with just pocket jacks.
Yeah, and actually Justin has played fairly tight, so he's using his image to advantage here.
Federico trying to figure out what Justin is up to. A key moment and a key hand for both of these players.
Well, as Antonio Esfandiari loves to tell us, does Justin's story make sense here? He 3-bet pre-flop, checked that board on the turn. Federico wants to know what he can have.
What a moment for the Italian pro.
Clock.
And Schwartz has had enough. He calls a clock on Federico.
Federico always deliberate.
Clock has been called. It'll be 1 minute. At the end of 50 seconds, there'll be a 10-second countdown. If I say the word 0 and there's been no action, that hand will be declared dead.
Federico, as you heard, has a minute.
Is that enough time? I mean, maybe it just, I don't know.
Didn't seem like enough.
It didn't seem like a long time.
Seemed like it to me.
Steinberg and Negreanu questioning the clock, and that is rare.
But Federico must decide soon or his hand is dead.
Yeah, that didn't seem like a lot of time for that.
Thank you, Max.
3 players now have weighed in saying Justin is out of line.
2 minutes.
Has to be distracting for Butteroni, who's trying to make this big decision.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Butteroni folds it. Justin shows.
Make me sweat. Full. Send it. I can't be stared at for 5 minutes. Make a decision. I can't handle it.
Like 2 minutes.
I can't handle it. I'm sorry. I can't handle it. I can't handle it, Max.
It's just, I think it was poor form. That's my opinion.
All right, I can't handle it. I would have started shaking or something.
But it's like, okay, 2 minutes like 4 days ago is enough
Yeah, I agree.
time. But
I usually wait 8.
it's like, give him more time.
I don't like being...
Yeah, not defending Justin, but that does seem like an eternity when you're bluffing.
Blinds are up to 200 and 400,000. The ante's still 50K. Joe McKeen on the button, Jack Trace suited.
He glances at the big blind and the small blind as if to say, your blinds are mine, chumps.
Still with the min raise, but that's worth 800,000 now.
Everyone's playing so tight, it's folded to Joe almost every time.
Negreanu, big blind. Ace 4. Just a call.
In a similar spot with King 10, we just saw Daniel push. This time, he plays it differently.
Negreanu, McKeon. Here's the flop. 10 King Ace. Negreanu with top pair. McKeon, though, with flush and straight draws. It's check to Joe.
Automatic C-bet coming here from McKeon. He's got the combo draw.
700,000. Daniel with the aces, all in.
Big draw, big draw. I have a draw.
And a call.
Big draw.
I got him. Got to hold him.
Good luck, Joe.
At ace 4. I got the ace 4. He's got the jack 3.
Daniel gets it in with the best of it, but he's only got 56% equity. I mean, he loses his hand almost half the time on the edge of the November 9. And you know when you keep blowing up a helium balloon and you get it to max size and then you take your fingers off and let it flutter in the air until it falls to the ground? That's what his elimination would be like for this crowd.
That pairs Joe.
That gives me more outs. That's a good card.
5 more outs.
Yeah, it just feels like McKeon has half the deck now. He doesn't, but he's got a lot of cards to bust kid poker.
McKeon trying to get his 10-handed. The river card is a queen for the straight. And he cuts down Daniel Negreanu.
'11th 14 years ago, 11th again.
Negreanu visibly shaken.
Good, bud. Good luck. Good luck, man.
Schwartz,
Situation.
Yeah.
Depend.
couple of threes. He limps.
Some of us like milking our coffee. Some of us like to sleep on our backs. Justin Schwartz likes to limp with small pairs.
Turiansky has a big pair, queens.
Yeah, that is a big pair. And Guan actually folded a small pair, pocket 4s.
Turiansky with a raise to 650. Joe McKeen with 6s again.
How many times is this fella going to be dealt pocket 6s late in the main event?
You got like 10, Justin?
This is also a small pocket pair.
The big stacked McKeon with the call.
See, Lon, deuces to 6s are small pocket pairs, 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s are middle pairs, and jacks and higher are big pairs.
13 years I've been doing this with you, and I never realized you were Stu Unger. All right, so Schwartz has the action. The raise coming from Turiansky.
Schwartz getting a good price to call, and he knows if he flops a set, it could be a big payoff.
So, Stewie, that's kind of what implied odds are, right?
I don't know.
650. 650, right?
Justin calls for 410,000 more, so these 3-pocket pair will see the flop. Here it is, and it is deuce trace, 6, mine, McKeon and Schwartz both flop a set.
It's an action flop. It's a flop that will inflict an abundance of pain.
Schwartz slow playing his set check. Turiansky with the queens. He loves that flop. He bets 700,000. Now McKeon with the biggest hammer.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets if you're Joe McKeen.
What a knack he has for flopping a set with pocket 6s. And he is just going to call.
And this is as bad as it gets for Justin Schwartz. He gets his dream flop, and it's a nightmare.
Joe McKeon Has him right where he wants him.
Mullen.
Wow, he says, let's go! And that lights up McKeon's eyes, but Turiansky to act yet.
Need to come, please.
Turiansky bet confidently, and now he's on his heels. And I don't know if he can get away from pocket queens here. But if he doesn't, he might be heading home with Justin Schwartz.
Alex started the hand with almost 12.8 million. Justin Schwartz, 10.2. McKeon has them both easily covered. Joe can't wait to act, but he's patiently waiting.
Call.
Alex somehow folded the queens, and now Justin wakes up to the bad end of set over set.
You are the most disgusting human being in the world.
2 threes?
Of course.
Wow.
Wow. Pick one.
You gotta be kidding me. Joke. You better win the tournament, you idiot. Oh my God. I did get one outed out of a tournament this year, though, so I am owed a one outer. I did get one outed out of the 1500 for the chip lead.
Daniel, do you fold queens there?
I don't know, man.
I fold queens.
That's a great fold. I guess with the guy behind you, but I mean, he just has flush draw a lot, right? But I guess even if he has that, maybe.
No, you remember what you said after he limped when you raised with
he likes that pairs. I know
What
what
an
he
awesome life I live.
Turn card Justin with one out. That's not it.
I don't do handshakes, people.
I don't do handshakes, people. The Justin Schwartz anthem. Well, Justin needs to find the last 3 in the deck somewhere in this Thunderdome.
3.
The river card's a 5, and that will end it. Justin Schwartz knocked out. My goodness. Schwartz, like any player, always looking for a stealth attack, but he was blindsided by the bigger set.
Hey, you folded queens, that blows my mind. Did you put him on better? Or did you, like,
Yeah,
you weren't
I
dummy
thought,
at all,
no,
right?
I was really scared of you. I really had a bad feeling about you.
You're scared about me?
Yeah.
I figured I had a lot of...
A bittersweet walk at best for Justin Schwartz to the payout cage.
Off to collect his biggest ever poker payout. Justin Schwartz making his way out of the Rio after his 14th place finish.
Yeah, I was gonna take a hand like that. You're correct. Your poker analysis is on point. Everyone that knows poker knows I'm a hell of a player already. It's the money that matters. I couldn't give a shit about this.
I'd just like to give him a big bear hug, and maybe it would change both of our lives.
Do you think there is a better spot to have a set over set than this one?
6-3 deuce.
Okay.
What are the odds, right?
Yeah.
You don't have 6s, probably ever. So only that guy. Unless you, I mean, you might have 6s.
I would say I'm running okay on this table.
Yeah, that's fair.